Hi, this is Shirley Wickham. Having a fabulously busy afternoon here. I'm with my beautiful witchy friend Suchin as well. So she's in on the witchy act as well today. And what I thought I would do this afternoon, it's something I've been meaning to do for a little while, but actually finally having the time to do it. And this is to do with cat magic. Now, I know there's a lot of you out there who honour the cat magically as a witch and as a goddess. We've got lots of Sekhmet and Bas girls out there who honour our beautiful goddess. And this is especially for people with cats or who honour Sekhmet and Bas. That's what we're going to be making today. Now, there's a little story behind this book, and it's something I made for a good friend of mine many years ago. And I obviously kept all the book paperwork, but it's come up more and more and more that people want to learn a bit magic, especially bottles and jars and things like that, things you can use that you have lying about the house. But also, if you want to spend that special time with your cat or energetically ask your cat to help with you magically, but also to ask your goddess, whether it's Sekhmet or Bas, to help you create a protective bottle or jar for your home or for your car or for your work. So you can use these for anything. And what I've done is I've put together a little booklet for those of you who are interested, and I'll let you know at the end of this little video where you can get it in a little kit form. And in the little book is about a magical cat collar and also some words about introducing a new cat to the home, and also a cat spell for health giving spell. So if you want to be have a healthy moment with your cat, or if you want to work on the health of your cat or health of yourself, or working together, this is a really good spell. So that is in this book as well. And the actually purring cat spell is by Keridwin Iris She. So I give a little nods up to her because it's a really good thing. Now, a cat spell for spiritual growth isn't a one-time I've got it proposition. Ideally, it's continuous knowledge that you would work with your cat, and sometimes a metaphorical light will come on when you start to have deeper understanding of your cat and how to work with your cat, but also to work with our beautiful Bas and also our beautiful goddess Sekhmet. Now, Sekhmet is very much prevalent at the moment out there with the girls on Facebook, because she is such a goddess of protection and helps you to defeat what cannot be defeated here. So sometimes, when you're working with a single spiritual point with great clarity, most of the time, however, we have to plod along and sweating for everything we learn. What we can learn through patience and perseverance lasts the longest. So having a cat spell that will help you to connect with your cat and with your goddess of cats as well. Now you need to set up an altar for them, even when you're working with the bits and bobs that we're doing today. It's always useful, I feel, to have a sacred space that's designated and dedicated to your cat or your cat goddess. A lot of people can't keep cats, so they will keep their beautiful goddess Basset or Sekhmet in place of that. So once you've set up an altar or a sacred space, arrange one candle on either side of a statue of Bas or Sekhmet. And if you haven't got any statues, and I know that they sometimes can be difficult to get hold of, have a beautiful framed picture, one that you can anoint with oil because our goddesses, they like oils, and our cats like nice smells as well, which we will go into. So setting up the picture of the cat's paw print at the foot of the statue with a cat's eye stone and or a whisker or some of the fur on the top. Light the incense and lay hands over the paw print and whiskers and stay. I seek guidance on my spiritual path. I am led to the truth by the track of the cat, by the eye of the cat. I see through spiritual darkness into the light where all things are made clear. By the whiskers of the cat, I am guided the right way. The ladies of wisdom speak to my heart, the soul. Their words enter into my dreams, guiding and instructing me. I will seek truth and light. Sit quietly for a few moments while you think over the spiritual ideas you want to clarify or the difficulties you might have deciding on a spiritual path to take. When you are finished, put out the candles. The candles, the whiskers, and the paw print can be reused whenever you wish to repeat this spell. The cat's eye stone can be carried or worn in jewelry as a reminder that you are being guided by wisdom and clarity. Answers come often an expected way. Dreams and talking with others or reading a book. Be open and be aware. Now, the cat has always been considered a moon creature and sacred to the goddess as Isis, Bas, Artemis, Diana, and Freya. When Diana became known as Queen of Witches in the Middle Ages, the cat was often associated with witchcraft and goddess worship. Let's face it, those witches of you out there who have cat familiars. And beautiful Sue Chin is sitting with me. She has a dog familiar. So you can use these little samples I'm giving today, but you can use it with dog energy as well, I feel, as cat energy. Followers of the dog goddess Diana also considered the cat sacred because once she assumed the form of a cat, and cats were under her special protection. In Scandinavia, Freya's chariot was drawn by cats. The Celtic goddess Ceridwen was often attended by white cats who carried out her orders on earth. Wouldn't that be fabulous if we could do that? It is generally assumed today that witches' familiars were and are always cats. However, during the burning times, any small animal that was kept in the house was suspect, and records show that accused witches were often forced to confess having familiar spirits in the form of cats, rats, mugs, mice, dogs, weasels, and toads. It is also firmly believed that witches could also take the shape of cats. And accusers sometimes claim that they were followed or tormented by witches in the shape of a cat. Witches regard their cat familiars as a fonts of wisdom and occult secrets. Cats can lead their mistresses in dreams of spiritual quest. They can foretell future, predict the weather, and bless magical endeavors and represent the soul of magic, secrecy, and freedom. Now, I always say that cats have one paw in this life and one paw in the spiritual life. It was actually said that if you have a cat in your house, your home will never be plagued by spirits or poltergeist activity, because if you ask her or him, will protect the home and yourself. Now, I've done a cleansing and a protection ritual that will help you to cleanse or purify your home before you start your witchy spell work. Now, I have got here a little bowl, and this you can either have, it's actually best to use glass or ceramic. I found this one because we use this for our deities here, we put their food in, so for me it's quite sacred. In here is blessed water. I've also going to put just a few of parsley pickle. Those who know me will know who my cat Parsley Pickle is. You'll see her on the back of my tarot cards. Now, in this water, I'm going to put a few of her hairs. Now, I didn't pull them out. I gave her a good brush and the hairs came out. They come out well when you brush them, especially this time of the year. So a witchy pinch of salt, and I've actually put a little bit of black cat oil into the water. So what I have got sacred water, a little bit of salt, sacred hair cats, and sacred oil together as one. So you place all the ingredients in a bowl, and with your witchy finger, you're going to stir the contents. Now, if you want to increase what you're doing, you go clockwise. If you want to do a banishing, you go anti-clockwise. Okay? So you go around your home, dipping your fingers into the water, and you draw pentacles on the doorways, on the windows, in all the four corners. As the water dries, trust that your magic will last, and picture all your home sparkling and vibrating with your magical energies. Then you chant. See this witchy brew of oil, salt, and water. I now bless this brew blue with love, cat magic, and laughter. Walking round my home, this blessed water will cast. All negativity must flee, and peace will last. Then from roof to the ground, the spell is spun. As is my will, so mote it be, and harm it none, so mote it be. Now, I love that, and I often do that. No, not often. I do that once a month. And it's a good way of incorporating your cat and working magically with your cat as well. So the more you encourage your cat to be with you and guide you, sometimes they can't be bothered. So if they can't be bothered, then it may not be the right time to do the spell. So if they're on it right from the very beginning of collecting your herbs and everything, then it's the right time. I want to make a witch's jar, not car, a witch's jar. So this is a protective part of the spell, and you need to do is chant the spell. But what you need is a jar first. So what I've actually done is I've got some jam jars here, and I put Sekhmet on this one. And this is a home protecting jar. What you will need is some herbs that the cat will like. So these herbs are dedicated to Sekhmet. But what I'm going to do first is cleanse the jar. They have been cleaned, but they're going to be spiritually cleaned by, if I get my incense, which you can see smoking away here, I'm going to put the jar on the top. What happens is the smoke fills the jar. And this is a good way of cleansing and purifying it, because smoke does that. And it's quite magical as well. It's like the jar's having a good old smoke. And you can put the lid on while you're working. Some of those things. Now, we've got a few herbs in front of us here that I feel a cat likes. Now, you might think, no, I don't think a cat likes this. So go with your own flow on this. And in your jar, which I'm going to open now, the first one, which my beautiful assistant Suchin is going to pass to me, is mugwort. Now, obvious for mugwort because it's a herb of the moon. It's an artemisia. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a good handful of the herbs into the jar. It's quite full. Pass one back. And I've chosen 3 herbs. Push those down quite firmly. Bits of this and bits of that. Look at that. And this one is valerian. Now, valerian, as a lot of people know, smells of feet. But it's a very good herb for sleep. Cats love it. It's like catnip for them. And you're just going to put a little drop. And I know Sekhmet likes it, so I've given her an offering of this before. I'm just going to put a little handful of that in the jar. Thank you, Suchin. So I've got the mugwort and I've got the valerian in there. And last but not least is vervain. Now, vervain is one of my favourite herbs, and it's a herb of cleansing, and it's a herb of protection in witchcraft. So I open this, and I'm going to fill this while making a mess while I'm doing it, but you know what? That's all right. Thank you very much. And what I'm going to do next is, now I've got some sparkles. Now, you know, cats like shiny, rustly things. So I'm just going to add a little bit of sparkle into the jar. Okay. Now I'm also going to add a little bit of parsley's fur, because she's that sort of girl. She's quite generous. So there we go. I think she was quite glad to get rid of it, though. This looks like a softer. So that I'm going to place in the jar as well. Now, Suchin has chosen some lovely crystals for me. What ones are they? Which ones are they?
Obsidian.
Obsidian, fabulous. So we've got some lovely black obsidian stones here, which are very protective, but they're also very shiny. These are volcanic glass, so they are very protective. And we're going to add one to the jar. Now, you can put as many as you like in the jar. You can put what you want in the jar. There's no rule to it at all. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I've got 2 oils here. I've got some moon oil, which I'm going to add because I love my oils, just a little bit in there. And some rosemary oil. Traditionally, you can use a dark glass jar, because traditionally, the darker the glass, the difficult it is for negative energies to be released. But because I don't have any dark jars, but also you won't be able to see what the jar looks like. So the negative energies inside the jar become scattered, then trapped. The darker the colour of the glass makes it impossible for the sour energy to escape from the jar. After a while, the energy will break down and become weaker and smaller until it becomes harmless and dissipates. So this jar will last a very, very long time. What you need to do is you hold it and you call upon Sekhmet. Gracious Goddess Sekhmet, gracious Lady of the land of Kem, we call upon your precious energy here within this jar for protection and healing that will go far. And you can say, by glass, whiskers, fur, and herbs, I charm you for protection. Hear my words. Absorb anger and bad vibes both, night and day. All is trapped but dissolve away. This witchcraft jar will grow stronger as time passes by, causing harmony and peace to grow and multiply. As is my will, so mote it be. Glass, whisker, fur, and herbs, I charm you for protection. Hear my words. Absorb anger, bad vibes both, night and day. All this trap will dissolve away. This cat jar will grow stronger as time passes by, causing harmony and peace to grow and multiply. As his snow will, so mote it be. Flask, whisker, fir and herbs, a charm you for protection. Hear my words, absorb anger and bad vibes both, night and day. All is trapped will dissolve quickly away. This witchcraft jar will grow stronger as time passes by, causing harmony and peace to grow and multiply. This is my will, so mote it be. You set the jar in the most used room in the house so that it is not visible, and let it remain quietly doing its job. Now, a lot of people leave the lids on. I think it should be sat on the lid and just left open. Oh, it smells nice. Just ticking away till its job is done. I mean, you can go and give it a little poke and do a little charm over it when you feel if it needs it. You can add some oil. This will last a long, long time, and you sort of will know when it's done its job and it's finished. You can put one in your car, you can use one in your home, you can use one in your shop or your business. I think everyone should have one, especially those of you who have a cat. And I hope you have enjoyed this lovely stream on YouTube. And if you are interested in having a little kit with all the herbs and everything, and the stones and the oils and everything within it, or if you want the pack that I've done here that's got your own, which is familiar, where you can only enter at your own risk, you'll be able to find this or a little link to this on our online shop, www.wiccamoon.co.uk. And have you all a very blessed evening, and thank you for watching my lovely video. I've enjoyed it. Thank you. Bye bye.